I just don't think I was like mentally prepared enough for how hard parting my hair was gonna be, because this is so difficult. What is up, Goldie Gang? It is your girl Goldie Naps, and today is a very special day because I did my own protective style. Who is she? I don't even know. A celebrity. Yes. 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 Okay, now that I'm done feeling myself, this video is gonna be how I got these fashion twists. I'm just so proud of myself. I cannot even express to you guys how proud of myself that I am that I actually went through with this and did not give up in the middle, because let me tell you something. There have been multiple times where I bought a bunch of hair and thought I was gonna do a protective style, and then I gave up because I thought it was too hard. But I successfully did these, and now I have the courage to go out and just braid my own hair. And I really think that this style is like, if you have not done a protective style on yourself, baby, try this, because it is not difficult. And just know, before you watch the rest of this video, if you have been discouraged in the past, I want you to manifest that you could do this, because you can, because I did it and I did not think that I could. So yes, please keep watching. I hope that you enjoy it and you love watching me struggle, because there were some times like when I was parting my hair that I was gonna break down into tears, but we're here now, we're doing better, we look good, so please keep watching. So I think for my own mental health, I'm gonna take a break and eat some food, and then I'll come back and do the top section. I don't know why I thought, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do my hair and then I'll take pictures and everything's gonna be so cute and fun. Honestly, I don't even know if I'm gonna twist my hair up today. Like, this might have to wait till tomorrow because this parting is exhausting. But really, I have these passion twists. I don't know if I'm gonna do the long ones or like the bob ones. I've not decided. It depends how tired my arms are. But we're gonna do something because I am putting myself through the stress of parting. So something will occur. What? We'll have to stay tuned. Okay, I've eaten now, so we're back at it. We're parting our hair. This one looks relatively straight, so I'm happy about that. This little front part up. This is so exhausting. I feel like, especially when it comes to the crown of my head, what I've noticed works best, like the crown and like some parts of the back that like you really just can't see at all. What is working best for me is sectioning it in half and then like doing the parts in the back like half by half, if that makes sense, instead of like just doing it all bunched up at the top and then trying to section at the crown where you just like cannot see. Okay, I'm sort of like getting my life together. I'm getting my shit together. Things are happening, things are working. Like, this part is kind of straight. The back, I'm not gonna, they weren't like not straight. They're just kind of crooked. That's the opposite of straight. That made no sense. They're slanted. They're slanted. Some of them are straight but slanted, so they're not like perfectly horizontal to one another. But I mean, we're all learning here. This is my first time doing any sort of like protective style on myself, so you know what, I'm just gonna go for it and potentially embarrass myself. Please be nice in the comments. I'm just gonna show you guys what I'm doing. So basically, I kind of part like a big section at a time. So right now I'm doing like the crown area of my head all around here. And I kind of estimate how many sections each part will have. Right now I'm estimating this will be about 6 sections. So I'm on the first one right here. The tools that I'm using are a rat tail comb. Unfortunately, I do not know what happened to my metal rat tail comb. This plastic one is actually way less precise than the metal one that I have, but I don't know where it went, so we're just using this. I'm using this Shine and Jam conditioning gel, which I'm putting on the base of my parts. I actually have never used this before, but I see a bunch of people using it on YouTube when they do protective styles, so I was like, okay, I'll go pick one up from Sally's and just try it out. So far it is smoothing down the root, so I guess it's doing its job. And then I have these little black elastic bands. I do also have the transparent ones, but the texture of the transparent ones is very different. It's not as elastic, so depending on what style I end up doing, I'll probably put the transparent ones on the end, but these are just easier to put on the base because they're a lot more stretchy. So let's get into how I actually put an elastic band on. I have a mirror over here, so if you see me looking over here, that is what I'm doing. Just putting this Shine and Jam all on the base. And I've noticed like it's easiest for me to sort of like get the elastic band on there tightly with the most minimal effort if I kind of like twist at the base before putting the elastic band on. I have no idea if you can see that or like if you can see what I'm doing, but I kind of twist at the base to really get it tight and just make it easier for myself. Okay, after I've gotten the elastic band around a few times, I just kind of pull on my hair to tighten the elastic band closest to my scalp without it being like too uncomfortable. And then I have a section. It looks pretty good to me, I think, you know. Could be worse. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that to the rest of these sections. I have 5, oops, I almost dropped all my stuff. I have 5 more on this part, and then I'll move on to the very top of my head. My hair parted. I think I did pretty good, honestly, for my first time parting and putting these little rubber bands in. It took me about 3 hours to do it, excluding the time that I went and ate, which might seem like kind of a long time for somebody who's experienced, but for me, you know, I was about to give up in the middle because I was like, it's taking too damn long, but I stuck with it, and I'm kind of proud of myself. So it's getting kind of late. The sun is still up. It actually took less time than I expected it to take, but I don't want to start twisting right now, and I don't want to start styling right now, so I'm probably just gonna put this up in a bonnet, sleep with it like this, and then in the morning actually start styling everything. Okay, you guys, it is the next day. I've already done the whole bottom section of my hair. I just have the top section left to do. I thought I would probably start this off by talking about some tips and things that I've learned, because it has definitely been a little bit of a process. You know, it's my first time doing my own protective style. I'm bound to mess up. It happens. But let's start with the first thing, which is the actual like look and shape of the twist. So I'm just gonna go over like mistakes that I made, things that I had to fix, yada yada yada. So I feel like generally my twists do not all look the same. Some of them have a more like almost like the look of a Senegalese twist, like a more rope twist texture, and others have this kind of like, I don't even know what you would call this, like whatever this is. And I've noticed that depending on how much you sort of stretch out your hair changes the way the structure will end up looking. So that's something to note, depending on what you like. Mine is kind of a mixture of both. The ones that are more the rope twist structure are definitely more sturdy and will probably last you longer. These ones, I think they're cute. It's just, it's not much of a protective style, which leads me into my next thing. Your natural hair is kind of showing a good amount with this style, so I don't know really how protective it is. I am a perfectionist, so while I was twisting, like a lot of times my hair would be poking out a little too much for my liking, because what really is the point of doing this? Like, yeah, it's cute, but also I want it to protect my ends, protect the rest of my hair shaft. So I would literally unravel and retwist it, and with this you don't have to seal the ends because the ends are curly, so it's relatively easy to undo and retwist it. Another thing that I realized is that the tightness that you make your rubber band actually does have an effect on the actual braid. Sometimes I was braiding and this is what I did. I basically braided the top part like 2 times. I did like 2, I don't even know what you would call that. Like I braided it twice and then I started twisting. If my rubber band was like a little bit loose, because the twist is heavier than, I guess, the tension of the rubber band, it started to slide off. So I'd have to undo it, tighten up the rubber band, and then twist. So I kind of, as I've been doing it, have gotten better at like being able to hold my braid in place and like braid it tight enough so that it's not too loose. Okay, so here's a pack of hair. And I actually really like the color of this hair. Generally, it's a 27-613 pack that I think I ordered. And generally, I find 27 hair color to be very warm. Like, it's very yellow. It's more strawberry blonde than blonde to me. But the 27 in this pack of hair is a bit ashier, so it matches my natural hair color a little better than most 27s that I've used before. And also I like that this hair has like an ombre effect. So the end is definitely 613, the top is a lot more 27. So that is cute. With the twist, here's one of them that came just straight out of the pack. I would recommend unraveling from the bottom, because when I first took one out of the pack, I started unraveling from the top and I had a knotted mess that I had to sit there and unknot, so that was not fun. Definitely learned that I have to unravel from the bottom, and it's because there's actually 2 twists twisted up in this one twist, which I did not know was going to be the case. So I got a unpleasant surprise with all those knots. But when it comes to knots, what I realized is just like, don't even waste your time necessarily trying to like neatly unknot stuff. Like, literally just rip it out. Nobody's gonna see it, it's gonna be twisted up, okay? Like, we have better things to do. Okay, so after untwisting, this is what comes out of one twist, like 2 separate little twists. And the videos that I watched to figure out what to do said you want to take 2 twists and then that's where you're going to use to start twisting. So I thought, oh, in one of my twists there's 2 twists in there, so I'll just use this. That is not what you want to do, because your twist will end up looking like a twig. I have pretty thick hair, so you really want to be able to at least be able to cover your own natural hair. Like this, if you stretch it, it's definitely just like not as thick as my own hair, so it just like was not covering anything. It didn't taper out well, like it just looked like a hot mess. So I had to unravel it and figure out what else to do. And what I ended up doing is using a second twist, which ended up being like 4 twists technically, but you know, whatever. So yeah, so I ended up using technically 4 twists to do 1 whole twist. So I'm gonna unravel the other one now. All right, our second twist is unraveled. So now with each piece of hair, what you wanna do is just go through it and like spread it out a little bit. You don't want the twist to be super defined. Just, you know, get it spread, get it going. So on each end, we have 4 pieces of hair. You want to taper out the ends. Oh gosh, it's not focusing. You want to taper out the ends. So what you're gonna want to do is have 2 long pieces on each side. and 2 short pieces on each side, so that as you twist, the ends get tapered out. Just a fun little trick. So that's kind of what that looks like. That's how I've been making sure that my ends taper. Okay. Next thing that you want to do is moisturize your hair, because we're trying to protect our natural hair, honey. And what I'm moisturizing my hair with is the Blueberry Bliss Twist and Shout Cream by Curls. I really love this stuff. I once went through a whole jar of it in like 2 weeks. That's how much I like it. I was using it like every single day. Focus a good amount of it on your ends, because that is the driest, most fragile part of your hair. Oh, and I have my mirror over here, so if I turn this way, it's just so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. So grab our hair. We're gonna grab it by the middle, as close to the middle as possible. You don't have to be super precise. And then I like to add some of the Shine and Jam to that middle piece, just so I can like grip it better and it's not as frayed, not frayed, but like not as like frizzy as the rest of the hair. So I'm gonna grab it and wrap it around the base. Kind of just grab it like that and hold it there. Next, you want to just braid it a little bit as if you were braiding a box braid. So you do it 1, 2, I'm gonna do it 3 times. 3 times. Boom. Once you hit 3, you kind of just want to tuck your natural hair in with one side of the, you know, the hair that we just added, and then you just start twisting. Oh, and I'm twisting it like pretty tightly, but that's just really to make sure that all my natural hair is tucked as much as it possibly can be, without it becoming a lock. But once I get all the way to the end, it like springs back up and looks like the rest of them. It doesn't stay like taut like this. And there we go. That is a full passion twist. Very cute. It only took me about 40,000 of them to get it right, because the first one that I did, I literally had to do it like 5 times. I kid you not. It kept just looking messy. My ends were like sticking out of it, and I just wanted it to be done right, or like up to my standards, kind of. So I think I'm going to show you guys one more, but I'm going to bring the camera closer so that you guys can get a close-up angle of how I actually like braid it in there and get everything snatched and looking good. I'm actually really proud of this one. Wow, thank you for making me look good on camera. Love to see it. Okay, like I mentioned, on each side I have 2 short pieces, 2 long pieces. It's kind of hard to see here, but that is what it is. I'm going to take it in the center, taking a little Shine and Jam and putting it on that middle piece so it's easier for me to grip. You're going to take your hair and you're just going to lay it right on top of the rubber band. and then fold it over so that's easy for you to grip it. So on one side we have our natural hair, on the other side we have our braiding hair or our twisting hair. So now cross the two pieces of twisting hair over, and so now we have like 3 strands, just like a regular braid. You're just gonna braid it once, twice, and like 2.5, just so the braiding hair and the natural hair are on the same side. From here, we are going to start twisting. When you get to where your natural hair ends, and my natural hair is like, it's ending right here. I don't know if you can see that, but right there is where my natural hair ends. I really focus on that part and almost like wrap it as if it's a faux lock, because I really don't want it like popping out. But obviously don't turn it into a faux lock. Just kind of focus your attention on that part of your hair because you don't want it to stick out and then just get frizzy and then your ends get damaged. We don't want that for us. Hello, we are back. I finished. Thank the Lord. It only took me 8 hours to twist these all up, excluding all the time it took me to part. But we look good, don't we? Don't we? I did a pretty good job for my first protective style. And I kind of just finished twisting and then I got lazy, so and the lighting was bad, so I didn't want to finish recording this video. But the last thing that I need to do is kind of just like trim off the scraggly ends. So I'm taking just some eyebrow scissors and I'm just gonna snip them off, because I noticed that the scraggly ends keep getting tangled to each other, so I feel like that's a good thing to do. Just wherever the ends are kind of like gross and have like knots in them. Okay, now that that's done, we are finished with this hairstyle. Just put my scissors down. You do not need to seal it at the ends because the ends are curly, so they kind of just like twist up on themselves and will stay in place. My final thoughts about this hairstyle is that it is incredibly easy to do. So if you ever paid to get passion twists, I'm sorry, but you were conned, clowned, duped. A fast one was pulled on you, because I have no experience at all doing protective styles, and I took some time. I did take some time. I took a good chunk of time, but it's very doable. So if you're thinking about putting a protective style in your hair, and I know COVID's going on, so you probably might not want to like go get it done by somebody who like doesn't live in your household, I think these are very doable. It's really the prep time that takes a lot of work. So the parting was very hard for me because I've never done it before, and the actual like prepping of the hair, like separating it and then like making sure there was like one short one and one long one and all that, so make sure it was tapered, all that kind of stuff was very frustrating. But once you like got it secured in there, the twist was real quick. So I think next time I do it, I might just separate all the hair out first the same day that I part, and then the twisting it up will just be real quick, because that was really the time consuming part. But yeah, this is that. Do I have anything else that I should mention? I don't think so. I did really like this hair, and I will have all the products that I use to do these linked down below. I would definitely use this hair again. It got tangled a little bit, but not to the point where it was like, I would never use this hair again. It was just Sometimes when I was separating it out or unraveling the twist, there would get some little knots in it, and then the little scraggly ends kind of get tangled up on each other. But other than that, like, I think it's some really good hair. And it's a little bit more expensive than other hair that I've used, but I think it matches my skin tone and my natural hair really well, and it twisted really well and was not difficult for me, so I recommend it. I love it, especially if you are blonde and you have a hard time finding braiding hair that matches your color. That might not be a lot of people, but girl, I gotta give all the tips that I can. So I hope you guys liked this video. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that you use it. I definitely hope that you try this out, because best believe I got a big head now. I'll be trying all the protective styles. Catch me with the faux locks, catch me fucking cutting these and making a little bob. I will do all the things. I will also link down below the videos that I watched to kind of teach myself how to do this style. I watched Naturally Sunny's video. I love her videos. Please go subscribe to her because she is so cute and funny. I watched her video of doing passion twists, but she did the bob length ones. But I use the same technique that she uses in terms of doing the rubber band method and braiding in the top part, because you really can barely see the fact that I braided it in there and then started twisting. I just twisted mine all the way down instead of cutting them into a bob. And I watched one other video that taught me the technique of how to taper it and all that kind of stuff, and I will link that one down below. I don't remember whose video it was, but I literally just looked up how to do passion twists and it was like the most popular one, and it seemed super easy, so I was like, you know what, I can do this. Alright you guys, so that is it for this video. I hope that you, why do I always clap when I am talking? It like ruins the sound. Let me start that over. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and I hope that it is helpful for you. Take 3. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it and I hope that it is helpful for you. Please let me know if you do try doing passion twists. I really encourage you to. You know, it's quarantine, we're stepping out of our comfort zone. Love that for us. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and please subscribe, like this video, check out my other videos, let me know what else you would like to see. I hope to see you in my next one. Bye!